to the secret fire, wielder of the flame of Arnor. The dark fire will not avail you, flame of Udun! Go back to the shadow. You shall not pass!
Hey, traders. Welcome to the Friday evening stream. Sorry about being a little late. We were trying to complete that little intro right there for you. So, because that's what's going on, as it was last night. Sellers were trying to push the price lower than that 18,950 support, and they failed again. And you're going to wonder, does that have something to do with the Bank of Japan, right, selling dollars to prop up their currency, or was it more so, and that made the DXY drop, or was it more like the index funds, up today? And we're going to look at those. But as you can see, Gandalf says you shall not pass. And that's it. I mean, it's a 3% swing from the bottom to the top today. 3% swing on Bitcoin. It doesn't look, you can barely even tell in the daily, right? It's like, what? Something happened today? You got to get a less significant time scales. And in reality, I mean, just because this happened doesn't mean anything. I mean, you haven't made a higher high than the high from October 20th, the 18th, the 14th. Even done really anything besides probably liquidate the living crap out of, antsy short sellers, leveraged short sellers. So, it was a really nice bullish engulfing candle, and the people who bought still in it. No sell off yet, and you might not get anything this weekend, man. The way the index funds closed, you can't really ever expect price action on the weekend, but maybe especially not this weekend. But what is Bitcoin really good at? Wowing us a lot. So still below that 200 moving average. It's just like, cool, man. I would just be happy for resolution, a huge, massive impulse candle up or down. That'd be great. It's just, this is painful stuff, man. Painful. Range bound price action. Still doesn't seem good. Doesn't seem like it's going to end well, but we'll see.
Ready the armory.
What's up, Bitcoin Night? Thanks for the 20, dude. Wow. Remember Bitcoin Night? Halloween of 2019? I remember that one, man. Dude, I'm not doing it this year. I'm going to be something else I think people will appreciate and like a lot. We're already working on it, but I need to get like that Bitcoin Night painting. We need to like somehow get someone really talented in our community. Like we'll pay them, to like make me a cosplay of the Bitcoin Night. So it's not like ghetto, like I'm just wearing a Bitcoin thing, like where it looks legit. That will be awesome. Thanks for the 20, Bitcoin Night. All right, let's just, if you want to, we can go to Ethereum. That it's the same situation. Has anything changed? Besides it was breaking key supports and then rallied probably 3% like Bitcoin from the bottom to the top. Oh, 4.2% swing today.
Is that a joint?
From the bottom to the top. Nice. So are you making higher highs yet? Are you above the 200 moving average yet? Are you doing really anything that warrants a change in the analysis of probably lower soon, but just not yet. I don't think anything's changed enough. But yeah, technically bullish engulfing candle will be confirmed. All right. Well, we're just waiting, man. We're just waiting for resolution of an impulse, then consolidation that has lasted about 30 days now. Maybe a little over a month, you know, a couple days over a month, 33 days maybe. And that's it. Normally not good though. When the impulse beforehand was down, you'd made a lower high than the previous high, long-term downtrend. Undeniably a long-term downtrend. It's beautiful. We're just waiting, man. People are gonna get complacent. All right, now let's go to just total. You know, like we look at total every day, no big deal. This is Friday stream, so I know it's gonna be, people are gonna be gone, going out, doing stuff. I get it. So you know how these streams normally are these days. They're just business, and then we done. You know, after looking at the markets.
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
I don't know, sir.
All right, so we haven't broken the supply line yet. You did make a higher low. You failed to see 847 billion again. Nice. But has anything changed? No, it's just a 3 to 4% swing from the bottom to top now. The low today to the high point. Oh, 3% on total. 3% like Bitcoin. All right, no breakout. Nothing crazy. Just you didn't collapse, and that's, I guess, anytime you don't collapse is fine. It's good, dude. Right? We did it. If you scale out and you zoom out, it's really hard to even see what happened today. But hey, cool, dude. We just go back to, you know, BNB, Finance Coin. You know, price action, pretty dead. 263 to 270. Up 0.33% today. Dead middle of two massive inflection points, and that's it, man. Distribution, buy wall, kind of descending triangle behavior. I mean, at this point, you could almost call it. You know, it's just horizontal line and then a distribution. Okay, so we got ourselves probably a descending triangle of sorts, a consolidation pattern. And if it, you know, measure move played out, it'd be going to the bottom of the range, and then that'd probably be a better area to assess doing something, you know, because just as easily this could break to the upside. I mean, you're just not in the most strategic areas on this, and you haven't been since you topped out in mid-August. XRP, that, you know, it's up today. Nice. It's holding, man. It's holding the 200-day moving average, performing better than mostly everything. I mean, there are several assets that are up 3% today, but the difference between XRP and those other assets is this one went up 70% and has been holding and hasn't broken the neckline of the potential double top yet. And the bearish divergence really isn't catching much follow through, but how could it catch much follow through with the way the macro is, where, you know, you've got index funds that are, I mean, the buyers are desperately trying to keep the prices propped up above key levels, and I think the NASDAQ did close above them. We're going to look at them soon, but yeah, I mean, the bearish edge was there. It looked like Bitcoin and altcoins were going to collapse. They didn't yet. I mean, the market is staying. I think this is like perfect time to be talking about that cliche quote, right? The market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. That's like happening. Like we're living that right now. So no matter what happens, you know, say Bitcoin does collapse, you'd be waiting for an 886 and hopefully a higher low than previous low. And that'd be a great re-entry. But you haven't even broken the bad action magnet move yet. So, all right, holding on better than most, if not all. Nice stuff for now. Bearish divergence it's been playing out. It's just not performing that well right now. Cardano's up almost 3%. Thinking, I mean, we've identified now a bullish deep crab pattern, the 886 on B, the lower high on C. It's an extension pattern. You've broken all formal supports. You're still below all formal supports now. you're not going to have where every day is only red. You're going to have green days, days that are up and days that are down. This just happens to be one of the days that are up. There's no discernible edge, nothing implying that the sellers are exhausted. You're not touching a key support and holding it. It's just up today because the macro happened to be up today. Great, dude. That's Cardano. Not much more to talk about. Super bearish in the midterm, long term right now. That's it. Sol. You know, Sol's gonna be up today, but only 0.3. That's real bad, man. You think about it. I mean, I get it. Bitcoin's only up 0.7%. Man, that swing was crazy. You know, like a 3% swing on Bitcoin, very large market cap. And then you got Sol that's only up 0.36%. I mean, it made fresh lows. It was making its lowest price and its lowest to date since June 15th. Multi-month lows is well below supports. You just can't really feel confident in this. And who cares? It's up. It didn't collapse today. Wow, man, we did it. It's the butterfly, the bullish butterfly idea, where initial targets right in there between $18.30 and $21. Everything implies that's next based on technicals, but it's just going to take time to get there because this is the daily chart. Each candle represents 24 hours. So patience, and I think you'll get it. It just all depends, like, when's Bitcoin going to collapse? Or is Bitcoin going to collapse? I mean, we are in this transitionary period, I believe. You're talking about where, what is it? Decades go by and nothing happens, but then days or weeks go by and decades happen. I mean, I think we're living that right now. So when that stuff's happening, and it doesn't happen very often, when you're going through, like, we got a sovereign debt crisis, we got a currency crisis. I mean, we might be seeing like something shift in the next few years that we've never seen before. It's never happened, like, you know, even in the boomers' lifetimes or whatever. When that happens, the forecasting for things like Bitcoin, you know, that's new on the block, kind of. I mean, it's just almost impossible to even know, like, what's going to happen. So you're living in history right now. It's just not history yet. Lots of it. Okay, Sol, Doge. It's like dead. Like, no one trades it anymore. Look at it, man. Every day it goes by, it's the same thing. These are daily candles. 24 hours each candle. What a joke, man. You can't swing trade this, not really. I mean, there's not enough liquidity in the system to be swing trading S coins in a lot of ways right now. And as time marches on, as we can see with the trend, liquidity almost daily continues to exit. Not more liquidity coming in the system. That's not happening. Less. So the less liquidity liquidity we get. I mean, I'm taking it, like, when you get less liquidity and market participants enter or exit, I mean, the price can change violently, but right now we're stuck. I guess it's fair market price for Dogecoin. 5.9 cents, 6 cents is fair market price according to the world. All right. Oh, Hoarder's in the chat, man. What's up, Hoarder, man? How you doing? OZK. Hello, is it gonna play or Doge dot doesn't care. Dot's down 1%. It was down 2.5% earlier. It's about to have.
The bear is back in hibernation. Alt season starts with ISO 20022 certified coins. Plummets. Is it so hard to believe? Grimacing face.
It is kind of hard to believe on the Bitcoin dominance chart, based on the fact that, I'm not saying it's going to happen now, but before now, every other time, and it's been frequent over the years or past couple years, that a support on Bitcoin dominance, if it holds, there was 100% chance it went to the next resistance, which is like 46, 47% market cap dominance for Bitcoin. So we've just tested that successfully, held it, and you've begun to rally. So to me, it seems more probable that no, not altcoin season. If it just repeats history. Now, if something anomalous happens, where it does not do exactly what it always has done before when it does hold that support, then yeah, sure. But dang, man, that's like, you're just like, you know what? This time it's different. But, you know, saying that, I'll show you a chart. This time it's different. Okay, here's ES, you know, Eversource Energy since 2019. You can clearly see the range of the asset, and eventually, years later, this time it's different. It didn't hold this time, did it? Nope, didn't hold, broke key supports, and is now at levels you haven't seen since the COVID crash. So this is just making a point that history isn't always going to repeat itself. Things can change, for sure. All right, anyway, yeah, DOT. Is that, yeah, DOT. Was it really? It was DOT. Yeah, the CEO stepped down today from Polkadot. So you should understand that's a terrible thing to happen. It's just the fact that, well, just based on the fact, not even about the CEO stepping down, just the fact that you're reminded that a cryptocurrency has a CEO, that is just bad enough. Did someone call the CEO of Bitcoin and tell them to move the price, please? So again, I'm thinking 553, but now with the CEO leaving, long term probably 359 if you're patient enough and you wait. There's gonna be ups and downs, man. Yeah, I know. Bitcoin's gonna pump. It's gonna make DOT pump, but it's probably gonna manifest into lower highs than September 11th and lower highs than August 14th, and you get it. June, blah, 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 before that. So, yeah, probably long-term 359. And no one in the world is going to care. No one, dude. All right, DOT. That's kind of, you know, these are your cryptos, man. Those are your bigger ones. For sure, your bigger ones. Your S&P, massive engulfing candle. In fact, it was technically a 3-line strike today. This candle engulfed the previous 3 candles, 3-line strike. So very, very powerful candle, and any kind of hidden bearish divergence argument is now not valid while you build positive momentum. You know, and it was just an idea that it could, if we got similar price action we received yesterday, and it kept waning, we would get hidden bearish divergence, but that didn't happen. We got a huge green candle today, and there is no hidden bearish divergence argument yet. And if you get above 3,800, then there would never be. It couldn't happen. You couldn't get hidden bearish divergence. So very strong close today on a Friday. But you have not breached the supply line yet. You could. But all this happening after a massive drawdown at, what was it again? God, I keep forgetting. It was so much. It was after a 20% drawdown in 2 months on an index fund. You hit support, you fall below support, ridiculous buying pressure comes in, you know, on Fed stuff, of course, and you're holding 3588, 3600. So it's all about the waves, and we just had a spectacular wave down on an index fund, and you could get a wave up, and the wave up gonna melt faces, but it'll probably just turn into lower highs than the previous major highs. Yeah, I think you've got 3 major highs now, and wherever that tops out, okay, man, 4,058, you're still in a bear trend. My God, you go to 4,236 and roll over there, still in a long-term bear trend, if you can even believe it. You can't. Why can you not believe it? Trend reversals have everything to do with market participants, buyers, capturing previous levels. You can see it. It's clear as day. And it's not just that, it's inflection points too. I mean, but that's what's required for the S&P to change course and for you to say, hey man, the trend's actually reversing. So after such a tremendous drawdown, such a short period of time, 2 months, 20%, that's insane, I think, for an index fund. And you hold support like this.
Thank you, Fed President Daily, for the market manipulation. Wonder how big her bags are.
Oh yeah, yeah. Talking about what Daily talk about. The Fed needs to like chill out on raising interest rates or something like that, or they need to like, moderate it and make it not as aggressive or something. Saying something like that today, yeah. That definitely helped. I mean, it's just such a terrible market when all the Fed has to do is say something and the bots go nuts. That's all that has to happen now. It's such a bad market. Insanity. I mean, they could legit, tell their relatives, hey, go ahead and buy something. Go ahead and buy the index fund today. We're going to say something. I'm going to say something. Like, oh, okay. And they do this like, outside somewhere. There's no cameras, no mics. And then they say it, and then the market pumps on that. And it's like they close the end of the day. It's like, how easy is it to do that now? It just is. It's how ridiculous these markets are. It's like, okay. The Fed dictates the market moves every day. Wow.
How many likes to summon Julia?
What's up, member of chat? Thank you, dude. I don't know. That's a good question. How many likes to summon Julia? Well, we are, it's a Friday evening, so I don't know. She may not be around, dude. She like literally might be like doing something. So we might get 1,000 likes. I know we won't, but we got 1,000 likes. If she's doing something, she still may not be summoned, right? But if she isn't doing something, I don't know. Good question. Thank you for the 20 though. I appreciate it. You could have added a ticker right there for a request, but anyway, so that's your S&P. Every index fund, same situation. Massive. In the Dow Jones, probably the most solid because it had a supply line broken. 29,564 was a level that held. Now a nice engulfing candle, the highest daily candle close since September 14th. So it's like 5-week highs on the Dow Jones. And this is what you're talking about, like a 20% drawdown, You hold support not once, but then twice, could be a confirmation low. And then we get a wave up. And the wave up could take you all the way to the 200-day moving average, around 32,669. The supply line, which is very close to that area too, 36,664, 644, whatever. And you see it, right? That's very well where it could be going. And this is a textbook dragon. You have all the criteria. You have the head of the dragon, right? You have the spine of the dragon. You have the 2 feet of the dragon. And now you're working on the tail of the dragon. And dragons, normally you have just standard targets for dragons. 618,786, 32,155. That's a gap fill or close to it. The 786 takes you near that massive inflection point. So real, such a big deal. So, okay, those are adequate if it's about the waves, man. The wave down was insane. And then sellers tried, they failed. They tried again and failed. All right, sellers got to relent for a little bit because it's confirmed that there aren't enough sellers quite yet to push us to much lower prices. Not yet. But maybe after a bear market rally completes and we roll over again after making lower highs than previous highs. What was driving it? Energy. Exxon Mobil, dude, all-time highs. Unreal. Crazy harmonic. There was a bearish Scarlet played out, then performed okay, and then pivoted, and now it's working on a crazy bearish like butterfly pattern. Insane, man. So bullish. It's like individual energy stocks. Some of them look exact opposite of altcoins, where the altcoins are working on these extension patterns like the deep crab or the butterfly, and then energy is working the other way, working on their extension wave to the upside. It's insane. Okay, so beautiful. Hey, dragon. It's the dragon. 3-line strike. You're engulfing the previous 3 candles. Nice. Good news. A supply line breached on the NASDAQ today. Confirmed. The daily candle close. Bullish, massive bullish engulfing candle. Looks like that triple divergence is going to hold on. Is going to, I mean, this is how bottoms look. I mean, they can start like this, certainly. I mean, last time you did have divergence for sure. Look, I mean, the pivot above the level, and now you're breaking back above that. That's good. So let's see how much follow through we receive next week. It could be a joke, but there's an unfilled gap, certainly at 11,081. Kind of an unfilled gap at 11,220, depending on if you like candle closes or not. Certainly an unfilled gap way up at 12,265. So it all depends what kind of follow through you receive on a confirmed breakout today of not the long-term breakout, okay? Not even close, man. Long way to go there. But you do obviously have another type of supply line that started at in mid-August. And it's really good news. The peak from 2020, the valley from 2020, you're above it with a candle close. Nice. Now let's look at the weekly, because the weekly did close too. And how about, now forget the supply line on the weekly. I'm not really that concerned about it. But how about that, where you gotta really admire the parabolic trend line I've had plotted forever. I mean, for years I've had this orange curve line plotted. If you watch the stream, you know. If you've been watching a long time, you know. Where it was like, oh my God, is this breaking now? And then the next week after it broke, tweezer bottom, engulfing candle right back above it. And then that's when it went on that crazy run. But now here you are. You're sitting you've tested it last week perfectly and you closed above it. And now look what could be developing. It depends. We need probably a couple more weeks to see if this is really happening. But one low, the lower low, now the slightly lower low, you're beginning to show. I mean, again, it's just starting this week and could be invalid next week if you just collapse. I get it. But I'm just identifying what's now beginning to develop because of the waning negative momentum, at least on the histogram, right? You see it? That's just the beginning. So, and it could be an X, A, B, C down here starting to develop too. Man, that would be sickening for bears, right? That you're in a bear trend, but it's just completed possibly a weekly dragon. A weekly dragon look like that, right? Where you have the supply line, which is that trend line, right? You have that. And what if it breaks that ever and goes for a full-on 786, 886 up there? Holy crap. How insane that would be. But I'm just talking about a 786 just for the cipher. 15K, 14.9, and then an 886. This would be unbelievable, man. I almost can't believe it. If you start pivoting here, though, it might be real. It just all depends, man. I mean, we're in really bad market conditions. And they are not, I don't know how you get a wave up like that in these macro conditions. I don't know how. So I'm not even saying that's going to happen. I'm just pointing out, wave structures, the X, the A, the B, the C. You just see the D wave. Oh, you could be completing the smaller C wave. You get two small waves and you might get a massive wave up. Man, all the new data. Look at the pieces of data that come in that can change a lot of things really fast. We just need a little bit more though. But what a good start on a nice engulfing NASDAQ. Russell 2000, it's got its own dragon. The bearish abandoned baby is still valid, but not by much. I mean, this was a really strong candle where the supply line, where the spine of the bullish dragon was back tested today. And you did close at least above 1717, which is the pre-COVID crash high, but you just closed right at the 2018 peak, the old all-time high back then. So, but it's a dragon. And you think if the S&P and the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ dragons play out, then, you got a chance. I mean, 1879 is a 618. 786, 1944. I mean, these things can happen. They really can happen. The weekly, you got more of that, man. I mean, this is undeniable stuff that's starting to develop now. You have triple bullish divergence here. It didn't exist as an idea last week, 1 week ago. It didn't exist. And this probably was, I didn't look at the weekly yesterday, but today itself may have been what gave us this, lighter shade on the histogram. And if you get any fall through the next couple of weeks, it's going to be undeniable. Triple bullish divergence on index funds, just like that. Look at your close on the weekly. I mean, the sellers have tried once and they've tried again, and way less, oomph from them, right? They aren't doing it. I mean, this coming off hidden bearish divergence is turning into classic bullish divergence. But just the same, if we have a really bad week next week, this idea it's like, a plant, right? Like a seed in a plant. The seed is just starting to come out. Really vulnerable, and it may not make it. You don't know. It's so vulnerable, right? It could die. That's where you are on these index funds weekly of a potential for relief, a larger wave up. Okay. But the good news is, like, you're watching the stream, we're paying attention to this stuff as it is a seedling, as it's just popping out of the soil a little bit. That's the value I'm trying to provide, I guess. That you may get somewhere else, I'm sure, right? Whatever. But this wouldn't work if other market participants weren't identifying potential bullish divergence and stuff. But whatever. So those are index funds, man. Looking pretty solid on the weekly, at least beginning to start to look interesting. Okay. The DOT CEO, well, it didn't dump. Well, how can it's down. It's one of the only assets down. Crypto's down today. Everything is in the green. And DOT's down 1%. I mean, imagine what happens if crypto didn't do anything today. DOT's probably down like 5%. Whew. Okay. Yeah, the intervention. So let's do that. Well, I think one of the most data. Hold on. Before we go to commodities, we might as well, just because it's in the stream title, thumbnail. Oh, this is fascinating. It did it, man. Here's your weekly Japanese yen to the US dollar. The 1.618 fib extension has been achieved. And it went a little bit lower. And it went to some level, 6584. That is a peak. Nice. You talk about TA being respected. That is a peak from August of 1986. That is a correlated price action 1987. 1989 as a valley, as a peak. There was just a small wick there. I had that plotted, and when you break one level, you probably go to the next one. You did, and you just went to back test it formally as resistance. That's not good. I mean, it's like, cool, dude, a reaction happened, but don't think it's amazing. A 1.75% up today. What they're doing, I don't think is going to work. And technically, there's no favors here. It's not like something good happened on them doing what they did. Right? They sold their dollars to prop up their currency. And if you're back testing an old level that is known to be an old support, that's really bad, because that means you might be going straight back down to 6584. But for now, a reaction at the pattern completion zone of a very real butterfly, not deep crab, sorry, 786 on B, lower high on C. So it's the max threshold of the butterfly. All right. What's up, Josh, man? Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. We have 13 seconds till your daily candle close. So let's go back to Bitcoin just for a minute, because we do it. Who shall not pass? Shall you pass on the weekly? The weekly is pathetic, man. Just say it. For now, it's pathetic.
Can we look at Ford, please?
What's up, Johnny? Sure. Yeah, looking forward. All right, Jesus chimes, man. Jesus chimes. Mr. Snow Rat. Another day, another close, below 19891, another close below 19650, another technical close below a nothing burger 4-hour high, not even a high, a minor high from October 20th so far. Certainly a lower high than the high from October 18th. Just, oh God. Okay, dude. Revel in the glory of a 3% bottom to top swing today. I can't celebrate that really. I like the weekly on the index funds. It's just, we're at the interesting point where like this could turn into something really good, really significant, really important, a wave up. And you know, that's when the VIX dumps and yeah. What's up, OH, man? Thank you, dude. Guten Tag, or inverse Guten Tag, because it's like, you're in Germany, dude. It's legit like, what, 3 a.m.? Maybe? It's late. So, anyone in Europe right now watching, dang, thank y'all. Holy crap. Just because it's the hour is late, man. Or early, I guess, for a lot of people. Going the daily on Bitcoin, how did it close? You did it, man. Gandalf did it. Oh my God, he's so far away. We shall not pass. And at this point, if it goes to 19,650, you're not going to find a surprised human being going live if it happens. It's ping-ponging between those levels countless times. I can't even count it how many times it's done that. So if it does it again, great, dude. On the weekend especially, like, of course, no liquidity, just dead markets. Probably easy to move this market up or down, whatever right now, but not going to stay long below 18,950, right? Just how many days, dude? Yeah. Ethereum, I think, is actually a little worse in terms of like how choppy it is. It did engulf. So again, you go to the top of the range, man. I'm just not going to be surprised. It is pretty wild, though. I mean, if it went to the 1420 level from here, I'm not going to be surprised. It's in between two levels. But I'm thinking long term, if you're patient enough, you wait long enough, you're going to get $1,000 Ethereum again. But you might be a little bit older. Yeah. Okay, that was it, you know, top of the hour, man. We were looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, we just do that, you know.
Markets had 5 straight Fridays down and the pre-market looked like it was gonna be 6. DXY and Treasuries pumping and the Fed saved the day. This smells like the last pump before the epic dump. The VIX barely moved today on a big day. Of X. Thanks.
Thank you, 780, maybe it's like 776 mountains now because inflation keeps going. It barely moved. It's down about 1%, still extremely elevated, but is below 30 now, which is great. But again, the masters of preventing this from going any higher than 35, you know, you haven't seen 40 one time this year. You haven't seen 40 truly since October of 2020. But the accumulation continues. You pull back some, not a big deal. This thing could go down to 26. And that means the index funds are rallying off the dragon, and you see a 50% retrace from the major high to low, and whatever, man. Shorts get squeezed, then they end up capitulating and margin called, or they exit. They got caught on the bottom of a wave. We know they were right though, being bearish in a bear trend.
From the UK.
But
Patreon streams are the killer. 5 a.m. to bed, then up at 8 for London. Downgraded our NAV economy tonight. UK getting wrecked.
Yeah, we'll look at the. I'll go to the UK 100 real quick, if you want. But yeah, just going back to where was I? I'm just thinking. It's about the waves, man. Like the people that had been short or whatever, going short out of support. This is the stuff that can happen, right? You might very well. It still looks so bad and it could collapse sooner rather than later, or stuff like this happens where it hits that support once, twice, and then the rally ensues. Intervention from Bank of Japan, Bank of England, whatever, you know, and the markets react, the bonds react to it, and then the VIX dumps, and you catch scrub rallies that are really not a big deal. They just turn into lower highs, but the people, I guess, speculating at the bottom, going short, those people are the ones that lose bad. And then you roll over later, and then eventually the VIX just makes another higher low than previous lows, and you run again. And then, only after the people that shorted the bottom got wrecked did we see the index funds truly roll over, right? I mean, that's just, it's about the waves, man. Don't get caught at the bottom of a wave, an index fund that loses 20% of its value in pretty much 2 months. For a second time. It's not just like 2 times like in the cycle, like where it's held. It's like locally, there was another, it's like a double bottom within a double bottom almost, right? I wouldn't even say double bottom per se, just confirmation low within a confirmation low. All right, whatever, okay. Yeah, UK 100, hey man, you're holding this level. It hasn't broken yet. You're safe. You are certainly safe until 67.57 breaks. It's the same situation where you know how bad it is. You know how almost imminent it is that this thing's going much lower in time. When you hit a support and the asset or the fund, the index fund loses 11.6% of its value in 56 days, and you hit a support, all right, it might be time to rally, to make a, you know, just a retrace, simple retrace to, again, punish the people going short at supports. And then later, after making a substantially lower high than these highs, does this asset finally roll over? Something like this, you know, that could happen. And the people going short at the bottom, they're making the wrong strategic play, but they're not wrong, right? In terms of like knowing what trend we're in.
Don't fight the Fed. Black Friday delayed. Winking face.
What's up, Jeffrey, man? Thanks for the 3. Super chat. Black Friday delayed. Well, I mean, yeah, it was green as F Friday today. And it just means we're just talking about these index funds. It's just maybe begun. Again, what we're identifying on the weekly on the index funds is merely a pot with soil in it and a little seedling trying to breach the top soil just a little bit. That's where we are on the weekly on the index funds. It could turn into something, but right now it's so vulnerable that next week it could be so bad that that thing dies off immediately, right? Doesn't make it. And that's okay. Because it's a slow going time scale, that weekly, right? It's full-blown recession. I mean, Elon Musk said we'll be in a recession until the next Bitcoin halving, which is Q1, Q2. I think it's like late Q1, early Q2 of 2024. I believe that. I don't. Again, if you're looking at the UK 100 and you're staring at this unbelievably perfect setup, I could believe it. It could take over a year to get to 5470, 4769, the way it is. I mean, just the sheer ups and downs that could happen, you know, like how long that takes. I mean, God, dude, what is August 2024? Could you not see that coming? Like where it just takes so long. There's so many ups and downs. But yeah, man, this is like, if I just did it like that, this would be like August, September 2024. So, I mean, like, it could happen way faster than that, too. But I'm just saying. But when you have that much money, it never is about the money anymore. It is only about legacy. So, it's one that rich, never gonna be quiet. Maybe not. Okay, gold. Shift it. Okay, gold, massive engulfing candle today. Of course, it's like a tech stock, dude. Gold's a tech stock now, kind of. And yeah, I mean, controversy, yeah. More controversy where now it's like the daily could, it's the seedling, right? It could start developing daily divergence here on a second low. It could. Extend this down. You know, I just got 1 and 2 on the top and everything correlates to it after. I wonder if we adjusted how, it doesn't really think too much. I'm just gonna leave it alone. It does hold. I mean, it hasn't broken any resistance. It hasn't broken the supply line. It hasn't broken the inflection point from 2021. When it does that, you might be off. You might be off to 1788 again. It's very thin order book. Up and down is all that happens really in between there. So
Lettuce lasts longer than Liz does.
Literally, casual observer. Is that a record? You blokes out there, you Brits. Is that a record for PM? How long was it again? Was it like 4 weeks or a month or something? Two months? I can't remember. 45 days. Oh my God, man. Isn't there like a 45-day plan like Michael Scott talks about on The Office? Like 45-day plan. Day 45, company saved. Day 1, go. Or day 45, Liz Truss resigns and gets an automatic 115,000 pounds a year because she was a PM. Wow. I think it's like that. She should be excluded from that. I don't think that you shouldn't be able, there should be like some sort of, hey man, you got to make it like 46 days if you want that lifetime 115,000 pounds a year, 46 days. Oh, so anyway, gold, massive day, but it's just the way these markets are now, man. They just almost do the same thing. The index fund, gold, tech, Bitcoin, they're all the same now almost, man. Everything trading like an S-coin. Yeah, dude, work for 45 days and get lifetime passive income, man. Yeah, dude, it didn't break support. Like, it's not formal bearish breakdown until...
Did the $FCX copper train leave the station without me? Hashtag FOMO, weary cat face.
Hold on, let's see. Where'd the... Oh, sorry, wrong list. 2.4% up today. I mean, if it doesn't break, it doesn't break. It's actually kind of like springing and back testing. A higher low has been put in. Hey, man. Now, I would have already plotted the harmonic if it was formal at this point. 6-1. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I didn't even notice.
Could we take a look at MTDR? Feel if levels hold could see another 16 to 20% upside into new price discovery or turns over here now to the downside. Much love.
I mean, technically, that is a Gartley. And thank you. Holy crap. Thank you. Squirrely, man. Thanks for 20, dude. Sorry, I just lost myself in this Gartley here. Like, I didn't even see it. I mean, I saw distribution. But this Gartley completing at what we know is very real. Like, good God. If this, look where it's at now, since it tested it kind of twice now. Is that like a type 2 return now? I mean, now it's just kind of like Bitcoin, where is it a shark? The shark's valid still because it hasn't broken key levels. But do you have this now, chat? It's very, very tough, man, because the trend is not your friend. We know that. The trend is very bearish right now, but, is it reversing here? And yeah, it's a very good question. Sorry, there it is, man. So you just got to wonder, is this going to perform like the Jesus, like crazy, and usher in a mass reversal? It'll take you to just probably a common retrace, like a high here to low. You're talking like, what, a 50% retrace, 383, 395? I mean, it could. It very well could. But, wow, man. When it looked like it was all over for copper.
China to me, China.
$FCX is a copper miner Freeport McMoran.
Yeah, it was up 9.99% today, wasn't it? I think, yeah, I mean, we can look at it. Dang, man. Freaking insane. Okay. Nice stuff, man. So I know I had a request for Ford first. Let's just look at. I mean, like, dang, dude, the metals killed it today. Silver's unbelievable, man. No harmonic here. This is not a formal harmonic at all. If anything, it was it wasn't. It was nothing. But moon, right? Just mooning off the low, holding supports. I mean, this is just like Bitcoin in ways, right? It's just Bitcoin hasn't caught the crazy run yet, where you just have assets that have been beaten down, absolutely destroyed, and for the duration of several months, if not more, these assets are just up and down, just up and down. This is up and down. It's hitting the bottom of what will be range maybe, and it's rallying and might run to the top at 20 bucks, 2073. It's just up and down, man. Chop. The chop zone everywhere.
I'm an early
no direction.
bird and I'm a night owl, so I'm wise and I have worms.
Is that a joint?
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Yeah, dude. Milk and sugar. Thank you, dude. Sorry, my brain's kind of off. Played poker last night. Kind of went out and, just hung with the peoples. Good times. Oh no, natural gas chat. Natural gas. Remember that time we discussed how it can't be a shark yet because no reaction even occurred? It's pulling a Luna. It's rugging. And I'm just kidding, but you get it. The lowest daily candle close on natural gas since the date of March 21st. Has shattered the lows from July. And what outperformance from a very real identified slanted head and shoulders. You've exceeded the measured move now. And where you are is very concerning because below this level, history tells us straight down, straight up and down, up, down, up. So if 1536 to 1451 comes here, you can't be surprised because it's only ever done that. Nice, dude. U.S. oil, though, different story. It's holding on, man. It's just it's in the downtrend, below the 200 moving average. I mean, it could be turning into a 5-0, bullish 5-0 of sorts, but it's below it. It closed the week below $87, man. I don't know what you would do here. If anything, you'd be owning individual energy stocks at this point because they are ungodly strong, so powerful. If you're looking at U.S. oil, might as well just do it since it's in the stream title. Exxon Mobil is the Jesus, man. It was the Gartley. The Gartley played out brilliantly. It hit a target, didn't hit the A point, but so what did it do? It hit the 200-day moving average, held, and is rallying. And again, highest levels in human history today, 106.45-ish. And if you're talking about a wave structure, the one that looks like right now is, your target is 112. If it's going to hit a 1272 fib extension from the high to low, that's how you target its price discovery technically. So beautiful. Look at it's crazy. The X, the A, the B on the big harmonic was within a harmonic. It's crazy, man, right? So anyway, just going back to commodities. Nice. Rice continued to sell off. Very good. Very good. Your lowest. Well, didn't take out that low from my birthday, but did fill the gap and just sitting there. Now, intraday, it hit its lowest price since July 15th. Got to sneeze. All right. Still below that 200-day moving action. My God, I could do what XOM Mobil did. Thank you, Jerry, for the blessings, man. But hey, how about that? How about all of a sudden, you buy energy, this price contraction, ups and downs. You got 3 valleys, you got 3 peaks. Super neutral, but yeah, it is like interesting. We were talking about yesterday, keeping your eye on the 3 lower highs than the highest high. But you can't say the trend is in jeopardy yet because you're not making really lower lows after these lower highs. You're still making higher lows. So really neutral on BTU. This is coal mining, but I was just interested. I saw it at 3.5%. It's like, dang. Okay. Lean hog futures just continuing its ascent. This is a moonshot, man. Look at this is your steak. Your steak futures, your cattle on its way to the promised land, the 1.618 pattern completion zone of the potential bearish crab pattern. 153 closed at 150.47, and it's just it's incredible. Incredible performance how it held this inflection zone, higher low. Didn't really know at the time how deep it thought maybe 886 it was going to reverse because a lot of other commodities. Nope. This is bad. I mean, like, you get what the freaking Federal Reserve's doing to try to curb inflation, and we're looking at commodities beginning to do this again, like collectively. Like just pivoting, making higher lows and going again. But yeah, man, I mean, articles coming out that this winter in the UK, there will be bugs available to be eaten for poor people, for the peasants, I guess, you know. You will eat the bugs, you will own nothing. I don't know if they're going to be happy yet, but I guess they've got that figured out too at the World Economic Forum. All right, plan going, the 2030 plan going swimmingly. We got 8 years to go, or less than 8 years to go, chat. We look at, yeah, hog futures had a good day today. Oh, man. I mean, this is not at all in the same situation as live cattle futures. Still, you're very much in a downtrend. As you know, you might be just going to fill the gap again, right? You gapped down 15+%, but then only bids, max bidding coming in, engulfing candle today. So you got to target probably a 93.35, but and you can't, all you're doing, you had the cycle ending harmonic and then the lower highs, and not the same. The trend has reversed, and you're just going for a scrub rally, a gap fill probably. But yeah, it shot up 2.41% today. I think the lizard alien people is like a metaphor, because we know like cold-blooded creatures like, you know, crocodiles, alligators, lizards, they don't have that mammalic or mammal traits of like understanding, like, you know, companionship and you know, like a relationship between a human. If you raise a bear from birth, your whole life, right? Its whole life, it's an adolescence. Yeah, it might kill you accidentally, but it's gonna love you and you know, probably be protective of you and all that. And a lion, a tiger, you know, that type of stuff. I know they're not domesticated, especially a dog and a cat, but reptiles can't do that. So I'm thinking it's more like that's a metaphor for people like George Soros. They're lizard people because they're sociopaths, right? They can't empathize or sympathize with humans, right? They just treat them like whatever. I mean, you know, that just came to me seconds ago. I don't know, man. Who else they're talking about? Hog futures, dude? Or orgies futures, dude? All right, 1414 reacted and holding down there. Okay, beautiful completed pattern for now, but it's not over. It could go to the 1618. It just all depends on this low here where you take it out. But you do have, and this is very well developed now, at least for now, until something happens next week. You know, an orange juice facility explodes, because why not? Until that happens, you got bearish divergence on the daily. That's implying a reversal here, but the reversal will probably be trash, and it won't perform that well, and you'll pivot, making higher lows than these lows, and you probably run again, you know. But like for now, there it is. And it could pivot again and run, and we get triple bearish divergence at the 1618. Then I'd feel really confident for maybe a more major reversal or something, you know. All right, so just going across, coffee futures, it's pretty devastated now, but this made sense. Reminded me very much so of Peabody, the coal stock, right? Where it made the highest high, then made all these lower highs, and we just kept chopping. Like, I'm losing my mind, and then it almost shifted at 200-day, and then finally, right? Peabody is still not doing that at all. But Peabody is not making lower lows either in the same highs, really. Oh yeah, let's go to the DXY. Sorry, and you should have. This is what happens when it's. You did make a lower high. You closed the week with a lower high, and that's good. I mean, if you want to see this thing reverse, but unfortunately, it's just not enough yet. It's not. Your trend isn't reversing yet. You need things to happen for your trend to reverse. Step 1, identify just some sort of discernible swing low. Okay, I think I see one from October 5th. I think I see another from September 12th, another one from August. If you're really unable to see it, just zoom out and go to the weekly. See how the weekly is. Where's your previous discernible swing low on the weekly? I would say maybe there's not a swing low until August 8th's low at 105. So this thing on the weekly could reverse and come down here, and then pivot later. And the trend is not in jeopardy on the weekly until I think you start breaking below this discernible swing low. There is no discernible swing low on the weekly outside of that, really. And that's even hard to even see. I mean, maybe even just the May low. But yeah, you did have a bearish engulfing candle today. You are kind of stalling. It's like you had Class A bearish divergence. It's now like you have Class C bearish divergence, where it's not the biggest deal in the world. It doesn't imply a reversal. It's just your weakest form of bearish divergence, but it's there, and your momentum is stagnating currently. All right, well, but the trend isn't reversed, and it's going to take a lot of work for this trend to reverse. I know, I get it's parabolic, and it might happen in a day, but not this day, not this week. It hasn't happened. Just, yeah, man. You've had bearish engulfing candle. Look, bearish engulfing candle on the date of July 18th. I think tons of people were saying it's over. This whole month of July through August, it's over for the DXY. Hit resistance, reverse there. Okay, it's done, but did it take out the previous low? Not even close. So now I'm thinking this is the next discernible low, and you've run, and you can pull back to 107 and be fine for the trend. Okay, there's your DXY. We go to the euro if you want. Currency pairs, sorry. Just going across markets, man. Hey, remember what was identified? This is effing incredible. It could be effing incredible. The spring, the back test of spring, still holding. As Vince Vaughn would say in old school, still holding the very key inflection point where, yeah, you've got a little bit of, you got some peaks here at 98 cents. You got another peak at 99 cents, but you're thinking it could very well go to $1. We could get back to parity on the euro here. And it's really not going to be that weird. The asset did something that assets do before they go insane to the upside. So, and it's not going to be because of fundamentals. It'll be some sort of intervention or bullcrap, but springback tests, they happen, man. And that the springback tests that are successful manifest oftentimes, a lot of times, into nice rallies, significant rallies. And I could see possibly here, is it possibly a Gartley in the making? A little bit, maybe. Or you just think about what could develop, and it's still par for the course. You're still in a bear trend. That's a little deep on B, I get it, but you see a 786 or an 886 here. What if this happens? It's not going to be a big deal. It's just sellers tried, they failed miserably, and then sellers tried again and they failed, and higher low came in at a key support, which is confirming that support is support. And then, yeah, you could have a bigger rally here and just create a complex wave structure and still be really bearish. Just because you're in a bear trend doesn't mean you can't have relief rallies, waves up. So that's the case on the index funds right now, right? Can banks do something? No, they can't. They can, but they won't, right? It's like, can the Fed do something? That's really what they're asking. Okay, let's get these requests, and then I'll get out of y'all's way. I know it's the weekend. Y'all got things to do, probably. So I'll knock it out. We'll see. First one, Ford. Let's knock out Ford. Sorry, it's taking a minute, but this is like what you're doing. We're doing across the markets, giving you a brief little update on what's going on. And we had looked at Ford maybe a week ago or less, and you were still above 1120. That had not broken yet. Someone's like, is that a head and shoulders? It's like, it could be a massive head and shoulders. But remember, they were talking about maybe shorting. It's like this, you missed everything. You missed the most strategic best levels to short or buy puts. You're trying to buy puts or short after a bear market rally and testing and failing inflection points and 200 moving averages, all that. And it's like, now down here, the just downside is it could very potentially be limited. An asset, you see it made an 88% retrace and tested a support as support and it's bounced off of that. That is an 886. Going short at 886 is just, that's just not how it works, man. You can't be going short at 886 and where it's possibly X, A, B, C, D stuff. It's like alternate bat behavior. Not quite though, because it didn't go deep enough. But I'm just saying, right? Inherently, I think you get it, right? Just shorting a support, you could get destroyed. And it doesn't have to go up that much, right? It could go up like a 50% retrace. And if you were going short at the support, like someone had requested because they were asking about it, you could be underwater. It could run up, fill a gap from at $15, 14.87, and then roll over. But I'll tell you, a gap fill is probably a better short opportunity than it would be just shorting at a support here, So, but at the same time, it's kind of wow. You have a lot of gall to be going long at the support too, because what market conditions we're in. It might play out. You can have a stop loss set up. That's why I have my alert set up, because it's like we're breaking that level. I'm seeing. I'm going to be alerted that Ford's breaking a key level. But what if it goes up, 50% from its previous high to low before rolling over and then breaking down? That's always something on the table. It's always best trying to strategize a short or a put at inflection points from history. Tops, not bottoms. There you go. Johnny, thank you, Johnny Snowrat. Let's go to AVAX for 776 mountains because of inflation. It's just a crypto, bro. It's just a crypto that's probably doing something crazy because it's so illiquid now. It's pretty easy to move the market. Nope, it's still pretty awful. Look, I even identified this potential shark, and I'm saying potential for real, because no reactions really occurred. I don't think. I get it. Like, you can very well see triple bullish divergence. It's there, but where are the bids? That's my problem. Like, we're trying to identify bullish reversals on the most speculative assets in the world. Okay, they are. And there's 18,000 of them now. So it's like, I can identify all day a bullish discernible edge. Look at the low, the lower low, the slightly lower lows, lower levels of negative momentum every time. Okay, that's divergence. And you're at the pattern completion zone of a bullish shark. That's very real. Come on and argue with that. How is that not real life? But where are the bids? Why is it not reacting here? What's going on?
Mitch, so on DXY weekly time frame, can you draw an equal channel on the highs from 2009 to 2022? Or is that bad, TA?
I don't know. We can look at it. Just give me a sec. Thank you, Adrian, dude. Thanks for 20. We'll go back to it. Kings. All right, but you see where I'm at. Type 2 is always like where you want to be actionable. But hey, man, Bruce Scalper and 886 divergence, like this, you should be the least surprised human being on the planet. If you care about TA and you respect it, for this asset to maybe, just maybe, do something like this If it does that, how could you be surprised? It was implying that was going to happen here, or what we know about harmonics, but it hadn't reacted yet. So it may be invalid. It could turn into a 113 shark. 113 shark, closer to a key inflection point. Look at that. I mean, goes down to the lows from 2021. So what's happening? Why is no one buying it? Can devs do something on AVAX that has completed a harmonic, but and showing seller exhaustion at the completion zone? That's the dream, man. That's normally where really good things happen. Can happen, but it doesn't mean it will happen because nothing's certain, and the macro is weird, but it's here. Hopefully that helps 776 mountains, man. Thank you. Slow it down, mate. Slow down. FCX again killed it, up 10% roughly. It's incredible, man. It really is. The ABCD. Yep, the ABCD, reciprocal ABCD. And the inflection point, so critical. I mean, you can see the support in 2010, 11, multiple times in 2013. You fell below it, but you sprung back above it. You've held. And what a huge rally today, up again 9.9%. And it was on earnings. They killed it on earnings, and that's catalyzed the move. And highest daily candle close since September 12th, so 5-week highs roughly. And you just gotta wonder, what will this turn into? I mean, I would think if it's doing this, and really it's like kind of a type 2 return at the pattern completion zone of the reciprocal ABCD, like one time and then the second time. So confirmation low and the second low is higher. It's almost like Momo shifting locally, the lowest low, then the higher low. You can see probably the 4-hour. It looks gorgeous. Maybe supply line locally was broken too. If you go to the 4-hour. A lot of good things on this for now. But, even when this happens, keeping it real, it could rally, but it'll probably make a lower high than 43.56 somewhere up here and then roll over. But yeah, great stuff, man, on FCX. Above 28.43, you're okay. You're safe. Jeffrey, man, we cool, dude. We cool. I think we are, man. It is leaving the station, but dang, it was okay. Squirrely wants MTDR. Okay. Matador. Never been here. Looks like energy. Because it is. It's oil, of course. Yes, of course. Dude, individual oil stocks cannot be stopped, dude. Monsters. Let's see. Rivaled its all-time high today at 4.21%.
Is that a joint?
And that's a deep retrace. So, it just depends. If you can take out this high, we know 1272 minimum, but it's such a strong potential wave structure right now. Anytime you see a long-term uptrend and then you sell off, then you rally, and you rally what? 786, between a 786 and 886, and then you sell off again, you make a higher low, confirmation low, accumulation still going on, and then you break the X point, then you're talking about minimum 1272. But we're talking about, I mean, it's closer to a butterfly. So minimum target here is $75, but it could go as high as a 1618. And that's at 84.46. It's just a zone. So let's just keep it at the 1272 for now, because that's probably where you're going, only if you can break the all-time high from June. It hasn't done that yet. Have your alert set up on Matador Resources Company. Is the butterfly, potential butterfly. Very strong right now. Very, very strong trend. Very strong potential wave structure in development, man. Like wondering, oh yeah, that's what you got going, dude. Wow. It's like crazy. It's like you have this supply line on the top. So many touches, so much respect. And you had some touches like 3 on the bottom, really, and then it fell out a couple times. Like, dang, man. It was right back in. And kind of crazy how when it got back in, it formally back tested that level S support again. Is now running. And you could think if it went to overbought in the uptrend, I mean, that's like 1618 right in that territory, isn't it? Look at that. That's beautiful. Think about that. Max threshold butterfly hitting $84 while becoming overbought again in this insane uptrend. It could happen, but earnings on deck, man. Talking about next week, we have earnings, so this could all come tumbling down. This whole idea could be dead, but beautiful for now. Things are getting squirrely, man. Wait, DXY. DXY for Adrian. Weekly time frame, okay. He said the weekly, and then he said equal channel on the highs from 2009 to 2022. 2009. 2008. The highs from 2009 to 2022. Oh, I get you. Let's see. Well, it's certainly, wow, that's beautiful. Wow, you're so right, dude. Yeah, that's freaking fantastic.
Am I crazy
man.
For looking at ANKR?
No, you're not crazy for looking at anything, dude. But we can look at it. But dang, man, if that doesn't give you some more perspective on what's going on, you are certainly overbought in a very well-established uptrend. Overbought territory. So again, if you're hitting this over a decade large supply line and it pulls back here, does it mean that does it really mean that your trend's reversing? No, it just overbought, so it's got to cool off. And on the weekly, again, it's just there's almost no swing lows. This thing pulls back, hits the heart line at 104.
Hey man,
you're probably
energy
good.
Don't like moon boys. Lol, I'm just kidding.
Is that a joint?
What's up, moon boy? Depends. Are you the DXY moon boy because you've been killing it? Or orange juice moon boy? You know, it's okay being moon boy when technically it makes sense to be a moon boy. And it's just like, really, you won't be a moon boy the moment things change. Like the moment new data presents itself that isn't good. And the moon boy's just a kind of a joke name, you know. Thanks, dude. So yes, this is gorgeous, man. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me post this page. It's just beautiful. Whew. Gorgeous. Okay. Anchor. All right, total. That's what I'm saying, man. Weekend. You had a pump on the index funds today. All right. Cue it up, man. Cue it up for ridiculous stuff. And before it, by Sunday, it's the same price, but it pumps up 5% and then dumps later. Okay. Anchor. Are you crazy for looking at Anchor? It looks like everything else, man. I'm just saying, like, almost, it's like the same picture as everything else. Yeah, dude, you're hitting those levels, right? You're hitting those massive 886s, right? You're like at the 886. So we know about the 886. This is exactly where something crazy could happen. But has it happened yet? No, and that's the concerning part. That's why it's like you're inherently at a point where it's stupid to be taking fresh shorts because you've missed out on the entire sell-off, I guess, right? From the all-time low to the all-time high. But at the same time, no one's really buying it. Not really. Okay, but this is the 886. I mean, look how well it's being respected. That's crazy. This isn't because of looking left. It's not. There's nothing. It's actually bots propping the price up somehow perfectly at the 88% retrace, 2.548 cents. Wow. Okay. Noted. My concern is, you know, we just look at it like a range too, probably. Like, look, you got the low point of the range. And then you got the high end of the range. And you're just thinking, like, maybe this is how it's being regarded. Look, yeah, it's like a rectangle. Look at that. You up thrusted through the rectangle, you broke back down, and then you regarded it as resistance before rolling over and hitting the bottom again. So, but then the rally happened, and then it was nothing. It's like you've already sold off into it and like taken out the entire impulse candle. So I would look at it like a rectangle. We know like it's not in a good spot for fresh shorts because of how much value was lost in this whole time. It's like if you're short now, it's like, dang, dude, you missed out on everything. But doesn't mean it can't go lower. It can't go to 95% retrace. Can't go down to test that high at 1.8 cents. I mean, I have no confidence to believe this thing's going to massively rally here, but I also understand what the 886 is. So I'm not going to be, you know, wanting to short it. I don't want to long it. I don't want to short it. I want nothing to do with it. But you're not crazy for looking at it. How are you crazy? I get it, man. You're wondering like, hey, man, where'd the 886? There's value here, right? Maybe it might be a value perceived area on something called Anchor that's just a crypto, one of 18,000, and we have liquidity drying up of all the markets every day. All right, that was it. That was the last request, and it's the weekend, man. So you should go out and enjoy yourself while Gandalf protects us and keeps us above. I don't know, man. Think about it. Maybe it never breaks again, dude. Maybe 18,950 is an eternal support. It's literally been over 4
Michael
months
Scott
now.
said, I declare bankruptcy. Hit the like.
So Banon, thanks for 3s. He did say that. He also said, how the turntables. Thank you, man. Oops. Love The Office, man. One of my favorite shows ever. But yeah, I just, you gotta just bear with me. I mean, we're gonna get a direction soon. Below 19,891, you certainly can't have any kind of bullish bias. You can't. You can't, man. But above 18,950, this manufactured support from Black Saturday, the candle low close, it's holding for now too. Sellers cannot break that level. Too many buyers propping price up. But again, it's all these subtle lower highs that are concerning. Even now, like 4 hour, it hadn't even taken out anything. Just because you had this 3% swing in a day, it's not, look, it's lower than the October 20th. That's not even a high, right? That's not even a real high, but it's still somehow where it rallied 3 candles and then dumped again. So it's there. So, I mean, until you're taking out 19,650 or 19,891, how can you be bullish here? Even with it holding, I understand, man. It's just, it's rough. All right, so pray for Gandalf to keep us propped up. Gandalf being the buyers here that are defending 18,950 with their dear life, man. All right. So thanks everyone for coming out. Been live an hour and a half. Appreciate all the contributions, man. All the likes, the love, the support, everything, man. I know it's Friday. So, but we've gone across the markets, which is the most important thing. Taking care of business, man. Business. One day we will have a massive impulse candle, but it is not this day. Till next time, respect the T. A.